we have to go over AVANTIS because, as you can see, AVANTIS is down 6% in the last 24 hours and is looking like my 28-cent prediction is coming true. Possibly still. But anyways, we're going to talk about this today. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, none of this financial advice, but let's go over this, guys, because this is looking crazy. Again, like I said, we're down 6% in the last 24 hours, 19% in the last 7 days, 36% in the last month. So yeah, we're down a lot here with AVANTIS. We're down a lot, and we're hitting the support here now at 33 cents, kind of bouncing here at the support. But if we break past this, I mean, we're going straight down here, all the way down to 28 cents. And obviously, people don't want to see us go down that low because, we might not recover, right? We might not recover. That's what everyone's thinking right now. But what I would say here, guys, is this is the 1 hour chart, right? This is the long-term chart, our long-term trend, the blue line, and then the white line is the short-term trend, is the percent R trend exhaustion. They're kind of recovering, but I've seen this many times. They're probably going to end up both dumping after this pretty soon. So don't bank on that recovering. Also, this is the 4 hour chart, percent R trend exhaustion. Notice how the short-term trend keeps breaking out, but the long-term trend continues sideways and goes down. Once the short-term trend comes all the way back down, the long-term trend drops with it. What's happening right now? We see the short-term trend broke out. The long-term trend is curving down. What would happen when it comes all the way down? Well, it would break down with it. Now, what if the short-term trend does something like how it did back here, right here, and then it bounces and does something like this? That's a possibility if it does this, right? But what happens if the long-term trend doesn't follow? When the short-term trend dumps, it brings the long-term trend down. So either way, it could literally be cooking up the same thing that it just now did. Either way, I feel like it's going to be bearish for us. I feel like we're going to see AVANTIS push lower to 32 cents and then eventually down here to 27.80. So I like saying 28 cents, but technically it's 27.80. Technically, if we come all the way back here, essentially, yeah, 27.80. That's where we have that little bit of a support, but that's literally the price it was when it launched. So it's kind of hard to call it a support line, but it is what it is. It's all we got to work with because it's such a new project. So you can never really expect what's going to happen with a lot of new projects, whether they fail or succeed. And I've been seeing a lot of people saying that, not a lot of people, just a few people in the comments calling AVANTIS Indian scammers. It's not that they're scammers. Well, I don't know if they are or not, but it doesn't seem like it is. I've actually traded myself on AVANTIS before. I've actually traded it before. Went in, made some money, got the money out, and it all went good. Nothing went wrong. And a lot of people traded on AVANTIS. If you look over here, they just now surpassed $50 billion in total volume. So I don't see what they mean by scamming. Like maybe they're saying that their coin is a scam coin. How? When it actually operates the way that it should. I mean, the platform is actually pretty good. They have a good user interface. I actually like using the AVANTIS platform. So I don't see what's wrong with it. I think people are just angry that they bought the coin at the top and now the coin has bottomed out and they're angry about that. So that's really what people are so mad about. They're so mad because they lost their money. They don't really think that AVANTIS is full of scammers. They just lost their money. So I think that's really what it is. But anyways, that's kind of silly to even talk about that or to even entertain it. Because it's kind of obvious whenever a project is like a real project. And when you're using the AVANTIS platform, the platform is very real. But I think some people just don't like the AVANTIS coin. So I get it. It came out right when we were at the peak of the bull market. And it literally came out right as we were entering the bear market, literally. So AVANTIS is not inside of a different position than Monad. Watch my Monad video I just made. AVANTIS is in the same position as Monad. It's in the same position as stuff like Monad, Aster, all these different projects. They've been launching and then rebranding and doing all this stuff right around the peak of the bull market, right when the bear market starts. So that's why a lot of these projects are dumping. We could get a temporary pump upwards. You can see that the selling volume slowing down here on the MACD, but I do think that we're going to have a reversal, not a reversal. I think that we're going to continue downwards. This is the 4 hour chart, percent R trend exhaustion. Like I was saying, it does look like it's going to start trending downwards here pretty soon. And then if we look at the daily chart, We can't really see the daily chart because it's such a new project, like I was saying. But yeah, oversold definitely. But I think a temporary relief rally until the next pullback, right? Something like this until the next pullback, that brings it down to 28 cents. So that's what I'm predicting. Maybe it doesn't happen that way, and maybe I'm wrong. Always a possibility, right? But anyways, this is all I got for you guys today. Hit the like button, subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, none of this financial advice. And as always, I'll be back with another video.